Another long, weary road ahead of us. I've come to, as you saw, town of Rolleston, and I'm keeping an eye on the friggin' roads because they never seem to want to put pavements in all the towns I go to lately. The town of Rolleston, yes, there's a quaint little church that literally is a stone's throw from the train station. When, you can see it on the horizon there, when I came to Fiskerton, which is a couple of miles that way, I could even see it from the other church I was at. So I thought, well, whilst I'm there, I'll sort out how to get to the next stop. Got through a load of flies right now. Oh. There's a lot of horses around this area as well, because the racetrack is around here. So thought that I'd sort out for when the next sunny day came about. Let's head to Rolleston, find out what's going on down there. So heading there now, find out what's going on at the church. Not much history as usual. The train conductor even said to me, "Oh, nobody ever really gets off at Rolleston. It's a nice town, but there's not much there." And I think it really always gets called village, not town. So anyway, let's head on into the church, and I'll tell you a bit of what I know when we get there. That better actually mean church open, but we'll find out. Anyway, into Holy Trinity Parish Church of Rolleston. Very long looking church, but so peaceful. Hardly anyone living here as usual. So I'll just have this gargoyle fellow as a little wingman here to my information to Rolleston. There is actually a town in Staffordshire called Rolleston on Dove, where the part of the name, I found out some history to that being it is Scandinavian in origin. The stun part is to do with whether or not there's a lot of houses or things there, like hamlet or things like that. So I couldn't really find out much more about origins of the church. There's a lot of dates and people that actually belonged to keeping it running. But the Holy Trinity Parish Church, help if I actually said it correctly, is Saxon in origin, dating to 17th century from carbon dating that I'm just noticing now. It says church open and the doors open. I was flabbergasted. Did you see my reaction there? I'm going to look in a minute. Anyway, there was a path that was laid. Don't think it's this one. Could be this one. This one's behind me. They had to relay it because of some plumbing, and the bones that they found underneath actually were carbon dated to be 17th century. So we'll go with that for the start of dates. Now someone just came out of the church, so I'm going in there shortly because that part might actually be closed before I know it. We open for 1 hour a day. Come have a look at the church. Anyway, so the only other parts that I found of history relating to the village, in the centre of the village, I don't know how far that is from here. It didn't seem very far on the map, so I'll go and have a look momentarily. There actually was parts of a cross that had carved shields upon it. Again, the Saxon Viking origin there. And opposite that were some stocks that were used for punishment. A lot of people that lived here did remember that still being there, so it's not there anymore, sadly, but we'll go and have a look at that anyway. So the vicarage that's nearby, don't know if it's that one. I would say it's this direction actually. So the quaint little cottage that's through there was actually valued at 10 whole pounds when it was built. So there we go. That's the quaint little history that we'll find. I'm really loving the top of this with this little pointy top. Perhaps there was a sign there, but how about we go inside? Doesn't appear to be anyone in here. Seriously, could hear a pin dropping there right now. Beautiful old organ. Chairs are all arranged in this way that you follow these footsteps on the floor all the way into the middle of the seats. It's kind of weird, but anyway. I feel like I'm getting a bit trapped in here. Amazing painting on there. So it looks like here there's an old part of the pillar, and behind there's actually everybody that was ever baptised here, all handwritten, and a family tree, should anybody be interested, for the farm that was near here, which Kate Greenaway lived in. So it's the family, basically, of Rolleston. Oh, there's a beautiful little window up there. Anyway, let's go around to the front. I can squeeze by this strange labyrinth of chairs. Here we go. I seriously can't remember the last time I was in a church that was this quiet. You can see in the walls here and around another side over there that this probably was where the actual wall ended, and they've added this part on, which explains why the church looks so long. It did explain that there was a lot of masses that took place here at the same time, so they had to extend it. I suppose it shows how popular it was, but not anymore, I guess. So that was, it's a little freaking me out, a little unnerving me in there, because it's just so quiet. I could like hear my heart beating. Anyway, we'll look at the graveyard now, which is where I'm more at ease at. Seems there's a few newer things, but majority are tombs and old moss covered, which are my favourite. So we have many moss covered here. The textures on these is crazy because of all the different types of moss. So look at that close up. Look at that wonder. But yes, this side of the cemetery has all 1700s. Oh, hang on. Look at this one. Oh, the colour. It's like something got poured down. It was obviously the rain. But yes, all of them on this side are 1700s. Specifically, I think these are all the Wright family. Amazing. A shaggy little moss line along the bottom. Oh, this one over here. Okay, so at the front of it, it's kind of stained, but see a yellow edge. Look at this other side. Look at that. It's all yellow, like someone painted it. Wow. I do remember when I did a cemetery seek of, I think it was Bleasby, maybe, which is 2 villages near here. And somebody had come to Rolleston to specifically research the moss, so it makes sense completely. There's so many types here that I haven't seen before. I mean, this one is just magnificent. I haven't seen anything like that before, and I'm getting excited about moss. Deal with it, okay? You're talking to somebody who loves hanging out in graveyards. Of course I'm gonna like moss. a little sign here saying that this tree commemorates the 25th year of the reign of His Majesty King George IV. So that dates how long this tree's been here. It's almost as though the moss itself is making the gravestones fall down because it's so heavy. This one here with a complete blanket on the back of it. Again, almost as though it's been pushed over by the moss. Let's say hello to Gargoyle Guy. And it is a gargoyle because there's a hole for the water to come out, which does classify as a gargoyle. A few little faces here still remaining. And two over here as well. Oh my goodness. Look at these tombs. Whoa. So bumpy. Anna and Joseph Marriott. Kind of like hogback graves, like Viking graves, but the British version. I like this little corner because not only have we got tiniest door in existence, we have huge erosion on this. I don't know why just on this one though, because these, especially this one, that's made from the same material but it's not eroded at all. And then over here we've got Moss Man. Makes you wonder if Swamp Thing is buried somewhere here with all of these mossy graves. Oh, hi little fella. Such adorable little fellas along the windows here. And before I go, just something to dress. I have been cemetery seeking for probably 15 years now, probably more. I take the utmost respect and care when I go to cemeteries, more than any other building I would go to besides museums and art galleries. There, high up there too. But I have a lot of rude people saying to me, how dare you, you just trampled over my grandparents' grave, which I highly doubt, by the way. They just want to troll and say that I've trampled over someone they know. Do you see me stomping around in an angry or disrespectful fashion? No, I'm bringing you the history of places that people can't perhaps get to. In complete parallel to that, I've had so many people saying to me, thank you so much for showing me around this cemetery because I can't get there anymore, I don't live in that country. And to those people I say a huge thank you. It means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. I love doing this. I love going around to cemeteries, and there is no way that I'm ever going to stop doing it because I enjoy it so much. But when people come out of the woodwork and they start saying things like, stop trampling on people's graves because I'm disrespectful, just, somebody said to me in response to that as well, like, well, how do you think the lawn gets mowed? How do you think the gardeners come around and do their job? Do you think everybody just never touches a tiny segment of grass ever since somebody's been buried in there? People get buried and then buried on top of that, and then buildings get buried on top of people. The people don't even know they're there anymore. So it's really a moot point. It really is. So just to bring that up, I guess. I love what I do. Not going to stop doing it. Thank you to everybody who carries on watching and enjoying the history that I bring to the areas. I think for now that's going to be a toodle pip until the next one. Spring's here now. It's time to go revisit some old places. There's a few places that some watchers have helped me out with in finding areas that I didn't know about. So I've got a list now and a book that I write down whenever people suggest to me. I believe that I have visited every conceivable cemetery in Nottingham now. I don't know if there's any left for me to see anymore, but if you do have any suggestions, let me know. Comment box below, say some nice things, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. bye for me and bye for now. Okay, so final concluding thought here. The church is just that way beyond those buildings, and I've just come around the corner to this wonderful little old school signpost, and this was the cross. So this would have marked, I believe it was the cross points in the road, and there is a crossroad here, and opposite where there would have been a green was where the stocks were. So there is actually a green behind it. That could have been where it was, but either way, we found the cross. So that's going to be the conclusion for today with this old school telephone box, which is no longer a telephone box. It is an information centre, whatever that means. I don't see anybody in there giving information. Anyway, bye from me, till next time. See you guys.